Here live from the Asia Society Hong Kong Center. Without an audience, it's a digital conference. Unfortunately, we can't have audience with all the COVID restrictions here in Hong Kong at the present. So we join you digitally. My name is Lam Lai. I'm the artistic director of the Hong Kong New Music Ensemble and also co-curator of this program.
Yeah, I'm Lam Lai. I'm also one of the co-creator in this program.
And Lam Lai is also a composer, and she is presenting also a new work as part of this program this weekend as well. Now, maybe firstly we start. This is just a very simple introduction. We're not going to go into a lot of detail about who our speakers are, though we will introduce them one by one. If you want to go to find out more detail about extensive biographies and paper briefs, feel free to go to the conference website. But firstly, maybe I just say a few thank yous on behalf of the conference. This project is supported by a project grant from the Arts Capacity Development Funding Scheme from the HAB here in Hong Kong. We'd also like to say thank you to the Asia Society Hong Kong Center, who are hosting us here today. Unfortunately without audience, but it is what it is. and also we have a special thank you to the Lung Fu San Environmental Education Center at Hong Kong U, because they're also supporting several elements of this program, including a new work on Sunday and through their extensive network of scientists and environmental leaders here in Hong Kong.
Yeah. So I think many people may be curious why Hong Kong New Music Ensemble are hosting this kind of a conference about the sound-based project. Can you tell us about it a bit?
Yeah, well, the whole concept of doing a program related to, firstly, it came around I think around 2 years ago in discussions with our then general manager and creative producer now, Sharon Chan. So we were talking and thinking of a program as initially as part of this grant, thinking of something where the arts can connect to something that is very relevant to today's society. And we thought, okay, we come up with a program that is related to responses to the environment, to nature, and thinking about how the arts can contribute to environmental awareness and engagement. So actually that was the first stage of this project. And we wanted to facilitate new artistic connections with the natural world. So actually, I mean, I grew up in Tasmania, actually, which is a beautiful place with a lot of nature. And I was constantly around artists and composers who were responding to nature. And actually, Tasmania was also a place of where the world's first Green Party came into existence in the 70s in response to the damming of the Franklin River in Tasmania. So actually, I grew up with a lot of these, a lot of environmental activism, and personally, and then throughout studies, performing a lot of music. I mean, I'm a musician myself, performing a lot of music that was responding to nature in a special way. For instance, the music like by Peter Sculthorpe and such Australian composers.
And also last week, Hong Kong New Music Ensemble also have a weekend of performance as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So this is also a connection to it.
Yeah, we had a performance. Well, our performance and film showing part of this Sonic Ecology program was last week, where we did a screening of one of our keynote speakers' works, Victor Gama's 3,000 Rivers, which was a fantastic film about the social environmental impacts and the stories from the people in the Amazon rainforest, voices from Colombia, basically, and sort of actually very, very similar stories that or maybe not so familiar for a lot of people, these stories of environmental destruction in natural places, and how the arts can really make a difference. So actually, as part of our, Victor Gama, this filmmaker slash composer slash instrument designer, he'll be joining us for one of our keynotes
on Sunday
speeches on Sunday. So we really look forward to that as well. And also, as part of this program, we did a concert last week, which was featured one worked by John Luther Adams. John Luther Adams is an Alaskan-born Pulitzer Prize-winning composer, and actually his work actually inspired this program in a way. We were initially thinking of a program that was about desert landscapes, that was about, we were thinking of specific themes in a musical program. So his piece was, in response to his, the desolation of the desert. But we paired this work with a beautiful piece by German composer Gregor Mayhofer called the Insect Concerto, which was composed to raise awareness to the worldwide decline of insect populations. And it was in collaboration with the World Wildlife Fund in Germany.
Yeah, and I read that, well, we have invited a scientist, Yin Lao, and she's actually discovered in 2015, around 2015, she discovered a new species of ant near the Longfushan country park. So we also bring these two. I think we can say that it's in response to the Insect Concerto, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And in fact, that's why, to this conference, actually, it's quite a wide variety of talks and workshops on quite a wide variety of, different theoretical perspectives.
Yeah.
And we have people who are, working more in academic contexts, some who are working in more community, in the community as grassroots, some as activists, some as community organizers, or curators. We also have scientists, as you mentioned, and we have and people who are working as artists as well, in very in performance-based work. Yeah.
And I read that another keynote, Leah Barclay, and she's also come from Australia. I think you know about her for a long time. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so Leah first came to Hong Kong actually about 10 years ago when I first arrived here, and she did a beautiful work. She's focused. She does a lot of work in field recording. She's also been in residence in the Amazon. She does a lot of hydrophone recording, but a lot of her work these days is connected to the environment and deeper listening to our ecosystems, connecting different communities around the world to be a face for change. So we, as inviting her as a keynote speaker, we thought this is a really nice link as well. Yeah. We also have Kaspar Koenig joining us today from Zurich, who's as our third keynote speaker. And yeah, he's really an amazing sound artist as well as environmentalist, and working with a lot of found sound objects. And he'll be doing a very interesting workshop this evening or later this afternoon, Hong Kong time as well.
Yeah, Hong Kong time
for those of you interested as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So going through, we have another 5 minutes before we introduce our first speaker. Maybe it's worth, with the thank yous out of the ways and sort of giving a little bit of context to this program, maybe we just go through in brief what you may expect throughout the weekend. And you may be joining us for the entire weekend, or you may just be joining us for several sessions, which is also okay. Today we have, I will introduce the first speaker in a second. We'll also have a a keynote by Casper Koenig and a workshop by Casper Koenig later this afternoon. And then we will have a talk by Wen Qinfu. I think she's a Taiwanese artist, right?
Yes, she's a Taiwanese artist, but she's based in Netherlands for many years, and she did a lot of art and technology project. And she's also a performance, and she will later talk about it, about the sounds and the relationship between the sounds and the environment. Yeah.
Tomorrow is quite interesting. We have a lot of voices from Hong Kong. We'll hear from Michael Leung, who's he'll be talking about art ecology and destruction in a village in the northern part of Hong Kong, which is where ecology and a lot of the entanglements of the communities. Hong Kong is in a very special situation.
And he will be in Guangzhou in the conference, I think.
Yeah, he'll be streaming in from the village.
From the village, yes.
Yeah, then we'll be hearing about a new production by Kingsley Eaton and Eugene Bergman that just was featured in the New Vision Arts Festival. Then we'll be hearing some voices from the Philippines, from Dr. Jonas Baez. Then we'll be also tuning into Australia, where Leah Barclay will deliver her keynote and workshop. And we'll also hear from a community organizer and curator from Hong Kong.
Yeah, Si Ka-yan.
Si Ka-yan, yeah.
And then on Sunday, right.
On Sunday?
Yes.
On Sunday, we'll actually, it'll be a project of yours that'll be featured. We have 2 commission projects as part of Sonic Ecology as well. One of them is yours and a local artist, which, do you want to give us a little teaser?
Okay, right. So this project, I work with Lam Lai, Natalie. She's a visual artist, and she's also very, very active in community work in Hong Kong. And we have been talking about the relationship between wild pig and the human in this urban situation. So we made 3 set of installation, and it supposed to exhibit in Longfushan Environmental Education Center, but at the moment they closed the center. But we will present from there tomorrow on Sunday. So we're gonna bring you to have a look into the installation, and we're gonna talk about why we start this work. Yeah, and then then we also have a presentation by Karen Yu.
Yeah, sort of a new work called The Rite of Debris, or The Vigil of Debris, a waste discarding ritual, which is a commission project. Commission project is part of this this conference as well, through a call for projects. So we're very excited to hear more about that. We're out of time. We actually need to go to our next